Dear students, last day we have ended our explanation with the various phenomena which are related with liquid state of matter. And there we have also just at the end part we have started discussing about evaporation, and we have given you the meaning of this evaporation definition also, and I have promised that I will start in the next part with the explanation of the rate of evaporation. So let us proceed today with a little bit once more repetition of the definition, the very definition of evaporation. The term evaporation may be defined as follows: the conversion of a liquid into its vapor either by exposing the liquid to air at the room temperature or by heating it below its boiling point is known as evaporation. For that we have given you some, two examples of activities also. Now today let us start with the explanation of the process of evaporation. That also we have said little bit last day, and then we will go into the factors affecting evaporation. Dear students, as you know that the particles of a liquid are constantly moving. They are colliding during this movement with each other. They are also colliding with the particles of the air when left exposed. In doing so, some of the particles at the surface of the liquid acquire extra energy and overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction that pull them back and keep them with the bulk of the liquid. So these highly energetic particles leave the surface and go into vapor. So this is about how evaporation is taking place. Now let us enter into the factors which are affecting the evaporation. The process of evaporations depends upon the following factors. Let us see one after another. The very first point is nature of the liquid. The first thing is nature of the liquid. Lower the boiling point of a liquid, higher is the rate of evaporation. For example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade, while that of ether is 34 degree centigrade. Hence, ether evaporates much faster than water. Ether evaporates much faster than water. Second parameter, the second point is the temperature of the liquid. Higher the temperature of a liquid, higher is the rate of evaporation. Why? What is the reason behind that? This is because the average speed of particles is increased at a higher temperature. So, it is easier for the particles to escape from the surface of the liquid. So this is about the temperature of the liquid. Next is the surface area of the liquid. Larger the surface area of a liquid, higher is its rate of evaporation. Larger the surface area of a liquid, higher is its rate of evaporation. A large surface area provides more space for more particles to surface out for evaporation. That is why an unfolded cloth dries faster than a folded cloth, a folded one. Same is the reason why when you try to have a hot cup of tea, the hotness of the tea in the cup retains much more for a longer period of time, but the same hot tea, when you pour in a dish, that tea becomes cold very fast. The reason behind it is the same. You are increasing the surface area of the liquid, and so it is cooling faster. Next is wind velocity. In an airy place, the rate of evaporation of a liquid is faster. The wind carries away the particles of vapor more rapidly. Whatever water vapor, suppose, is coming out from a boiling curry that your mother is cooking in her kitchen, the air immediately above the vessel in which she is cooking the curry, the air above it is getting saturated with moisture very quickly, and so fresh water particles is not getting chance to come out, to come up. But the moment you are giving some breeze, some air manually, or by switching on a table fan or something like that, if you are able to remove the moisture from the immediate area above the boiling curry, then fresh air replaces that saturated air with moisture, and that fresh air will absorb the water vapor which is coming out from the boiling curry much more easily. Same is the case with the wet clothes which are drying up in a windy atmosphere. The wind is carrying out the particles of water vapor much more rapidly, thereby accelerating the rate of evaporation. Let us perform one activity regarding this point. Let us take 5 ml of petrol in a china dish. Place the dish under a running electric fan. In another china dish, take 5 ml of petrol and keep it in a room with no fan. You will observe that petrol kept under the fan evaporates faster. So, this also is proving the importance, the significance of wind velocity for the rate of evaporation. Clear? Next is humidity. Humidity has a marked effect upon the rate of evaporation. Let us try to explain this point in details. The amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. But air around us cannot hold more than a maximum amount of water vapor at a particular temperature. This amount, however, may vary from region to region on the globe. However, in common language, air is said to be humid when it contains a larger amount of water vapor than it normally does at that temperature. On the other hand, air is said to be dry when it contains lesser amount of water vapor. In humid air, very little evaporation takes place, while in dry air, rapid evaporation occurs. You can understand the cause behind that. So far as humid will be present, the opportunity for more number of water particles to be accommodated in the air becomes difficult, and the moment the humidity decreases in air means the presence of moisture in the air decreases, then fresh water particles due to evaporation gets accommodated in the air much more easily. That is why wet clothes takes longer time to dry in humid air, but they dry faster in dry air. Dear student, this is also a very important question for our exam purpose. Why wet clothes takes more time to dry up in rainy season? Now I think you can understand the answer. Now these are the various factors which we have discussed regarding the rate of evaporation. Now evaporation is having one important property. It causes cooling, and this property we utilize in our daily life in various ways. Let us see some of their examples. The process of evaporation occurs at the surface of the liquid, that we already discussed. Some of the surface particles take heat energy from the bulk of the liquid, so they become more energetic and escape into air as gas. This results in the fall of temperature of the liquid. The liquid is thus cooled. Now, so cooling is an obvious phenomenon which takes place due to this evaporation. Now see some application of this cooling effect of evaporation. Let us fill an earthen pot with water, earthen pitcher with water. Note the temperature of the water in the beginning. Let us cover the pot with a lid. After 2 to 3 hours, again now let us note the temperature of the water again. We will find that its temperature has decreased. That is, water in the pitcher has become colder. What is the reason behind that, students? See the reason now. The fine pores which are present on the wall of the earthen pitcher, the earthen pot, it allows the water particles to come on the outer surface of the pitcher, from where the particles escape into air. The heat required for evaporation comes from the bulk of the water in the pitcher. This makes the water colder. Understood? In what way we are enjoying the coolness of water kept in an earthen pot? This is due to the phenomenon of evaporation. Okay. Now we can have few more activity related with this evaporation and its cooling effect. Let us place a few drops of spirit or ether on our palm. You will feel cold. Immediately you will feel cold. Even there are many spray for getting rid of various muscle pain and sprain and various kind of pain in the bone. There are various kind of spray. Those spray also, when done over our body surface, over our skin, they also give us a cold sensation. What is the reason? This is because the heat required for evaporation is drawn out from the palm in the case of spraying spirit against our palm, or heat is absorbed from the skin over which we have sprayed the various pain remover spray. Due to that, the cooling effect takes place because of this absorption of heat energy from our body surface. So I think it is clear now for you all why this cooling effect is taking place. So then, dear students, today we have then discussed in details about why evaporation takes place, what are the factors of evaporation. Under that we have mentioned the nature of the liquid, the temperature of the liquid, the surface area of the liquid, wind velocity, presence of wind velocity, humidity. All these parameters we have discussed. We have also discussed about the cooling effect of evaporation, why this cooling effect takes place, that we have explained. And finally, we have explained about the application of this cooling effect over various substances in our daily life. Various applications we have discussed. So this much I think is enough for today. Next day we'll proceed further with the boiling and the point and the melting point of liquid, the effect of pressure on boiling point, effect of impurity on boiling point. More few application based question we will discuss, like why we wear cotton clothes in summer, that also is related with some evaporation only, and some other points. So we'll discuss all these things next time. Till then, goodbye.